The country club lady spat in my face and said I don't belong, not knowing I was the new owner. My lawyers recommended staying anonymous until the purchase announcement, and as a black man in work clothes, I matched every stereotype they feared. I looked so suspicious that members literally moved their valuables when I sat near them, one woman even canceling her lunch when I entered. Walking through the lobby after morning construction work, I saw the former board president's wife clutch her purse and march straight toward me. She planted herself directly in my path, pearls bouncing against her chest from how fast she'd rushed over. I found out later she was married to the former board president. Her nose wrinkled up, and she took a step back like she'd smelled something rotten. "This area isn't for visitors," she said, while positioning herself between me and both exits. She circled me slowly, then pinched my shirt between her fingernails and pulled it away from her body to examine it. Her voice went high and sweet, like she was talking to a lost child when she asked if I'd gotten lost from the construction site. I explained I was there to look around, but she laughed loud enough to make everyone turn. She grabbed newspaper from a nearby stand and actually laid it on the floor, pointing at it for me to stand on. She moved in closer, studying me like some specimen while her face twisted with disgust at whatever job she was imagining I had. Lawn service, Uber driver. She listed them off like insults. After making me repeat my name 3 times, each time shaking her head like she couldn't possibly understand my clear pronunciation, she waved diamond-covered hand dismissively. "Your kind all blur together anyway," she said, then spun around to her friends at the corner table, asking if they should explain what kind of people belonged here, while they all pulled out phones and started recording my humiliation. She started speaking in this exaggerated slow motion, stretching each word like I couldn't understand basic English, while grabbing a membership booklet from the desk. "Your people usually drop out before learning to read contracts like this," she said, waving it in my face. When I reached for my wallet to show my ID, she slapped my hand away hard enough to sting, insisting people like me always tried to fake membership. Without warning, she grabbed her iced tea and threw the entire glass at my boots, ice cubes scattering across the marble while the liquid soaked straight through to my socks, explaining I looked overheated from whatever manual labor I did, and this would cool me off. Her finger jabbed hard into my chest, pushing me backward with each poke, while she repeated that I didn't belong here, and never would. "Touch me, and I'll have you in prison before sunset," she hissed, jabbing harder. She dialed security without breaking eye contact, announcing loudly enough for the whole room that there was a trespasser who wouldn't leave, and when 2 guards arrived within minutes, she stage whispered they should check me for weapons, because people like me always carry something. One guard shifted uncomfortably until she reminded him her husband's family built this place, which shut down any objection he might have had. She invaded my space completely, wine breath mixing with expensive perfume as her eyes narrowed to slits. "You're filth, absolute filth," she said, each word dripping with venom. I watched her work the spit around in her mouth before she launched it at my face, the warm saliva hitting my cheek and sliding down toward my jaw, while the entire room went silent, except for a few gasps. The security guards shifted their weight, and the younger one opened his mouth to object, but one look from her killed whatever words he'd planned to say. She pulled out a lace handkerchief and delicately dabbed her lips, telling me to get on my knees and apologize or her husband would have me arrested, and I just stood there with her spit still on my face, refusing to give her the satisfaction of wiping it off. I stood there, her spit still on my face, as shocked whispers spread through the lobby. The commotion drew my general manager from his office. He rushed over looking concerned, then froze when he saw me. His face went white as recognition dawned. "You just assaulted the new owner who bought the club last month," he told the woman, his voice barely above a whisper. She stumbled backward, gripping her friend's arm to stay upright, her face drained of all color, her mouth opened and closed like she was drowning in air, but no words came out. The woman's legs gave out, and she collapsed onto the marble floor, her pearls clattering as she hit the ground. "No, no, no, this can't be happening!" she shrieked, mascara streaming down her face as she crawled toward me on her knees. "Please, I didn't know. My husband's family built this place." Her membership was terminated within 10 minutes, along with her husband's and their entire families. Security had to physically carry her out while she clawed at the doorframe. Her husband's business tanked within months without the golf course connections. They lost everything.